folks, welcome back to another update for gold and silver. Now the technical show potential setup. Before we go to the charts, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel, and also consider subscribing to the Patreon page where we look at scans each month. And we just recently did a dividend scan for these countries for the month of July so far. I'll be doing some more scans in the next few days. So first, looking at gold on the daily chart, you can see here the daily potentially still in a downtrend, with the short-term moving average is still declining, although they're still above this long-term moving average, so that's a positive. What we need to do is wait for these moving averages to start to curve up like they started to do there, and we'll convincingly want to see that sort of movement where the moving averages, the price is above those moving averages. So still a bit early here on the daily. Notice the CCI is about a fresh breakout to the upside. That's a positive. So very likely we're going to see further upside here on the price chart as well. But again, I'd like to see these moving averages turn up. Now, as well, looking at the 1 hour chart where the setup potentially we'll have to wait for that to happen. You can see back here we did have a break above the price moving averages and the CCI as well, although we're still below this long-term moving average. What you could have done here is you want to wait for this to confirm, and what it did here, the price pulled back, but so did the CCI, and you wait for that second breakout above the CCI moving averages, and you would have gone long on that one of those candles there once the CCI and the price were above their respective moving averages, and you would have profited from a small percentage gain where the CCI broke back into the moving average there and re-enter it again a couple of hours ago on that candle there where the CCI also broke above. And here as well, another positive, we've broken above on the long-term moving average. Now the other reason, as again, you could have gone long on this breakout here as well, because notice here we did have a bullish divergence. We had lower lows on the price there versus the same period on the CCI higher lows. That's a bullish divergence, and what we could have done then is measure it down from that range there, so from that low to that high, this is before the divergence started. You can see that it broke easily above that 23% range, went as high as the 38% range, retraced, and it's finally broken up to that 50% Fibonacci range, and it's actually broken through that. Very likely we're going to get to the 61%, but again, measuring each of these Fibonacci's one at a time. So probably wait for it to retrace, the CCI to break into that moving average range, then wait for a new fresh entry to the upside. Looks like the price will still be above that moving average range, and that's where you enter a new position on the hourly at least. And then this can apply to any time frame. Obviously you have to wait longer for the daily or other time frames above this, but it's worked so far on the hourly. So on the silver chart, on the daily, similar pattern. The price is moving back towards that short-term moving average, although it's above the long-term moving average. The CCI is broken into that moving average range, although it's not as high as it is for gold. So again, a bit of a way off yet for any potential long trades on the daily chart. And there is no divergence currently in play on the daily, which is the price is moving in line with the CCI, which is what you normally expect. Going to the hourly chart for silver, again, notice here we had a bullish divergence, a double bottom here on the price versus higher lows on the CCI. Now in this case you can see there it pulled up. Let's see what it did with Fibonacci retracements. So we'll take it back to that high. You can see there it hit the 23%, paused for a while, then it fell off, came back, tested the 23% again, broke a bit higher, about halfway between the 23 and the 38%, fell off again, and this one also tested the 23 and 38% range again. This one finally broke and hit the 38% range, and it's finally pulling back and bouncing higher than the 38%. So very likely, if this continues, wait for the CCI to break into that moving average range and a fresh breakout. As long as the price is above the short-term moving average, then the next level of target will be the 50% Fibonacci range at that point, which coincides with this long-term moving average. So always take it one step at a time when you're playing these. Don't get too cocky. You can place targets in a lot higher Fibonacci retracement, but again, take it one step at a time and wait for the CCI to break into that moving average range to close off your position, and wait for a fresh breakout like it did back there, for instance, and you would have gone long on that candle there. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe to support the channel, and also consider subscribing to the Patreon page, where you get monthly and regular scans of various share prices across various countries. Thanks for your support, and see you in our next update.